Good morning, everybody. Here we are finally back at it. Lomantini and Barcade podcast studio is finally up and running. As soon as I am done here live, hop over to the Barcade page on Facebook and we'll be doing some Barcade live stuff talking about this thing behind me. So what am I lit up about today? I'm lit up about depression and why so many people are depressed. I don't understand it really because I'm a very outgoing person. And, and before I get into it, I want to let you all know that I don't obviously have the answers to it. My wife, God love her to death, and she suffers, and her family suffers from it. And so we've had lengthy discussions trying to understand it, and usually I'm wrong. My biggest thing was I was trying to share with her was how many of you out there know people that are on depression medication, yet they're still depressed. Isn't it supposed to fix it? Not to say that there aren't people out there with some possible chemical imbalances. That's obviously true. But it's one of those things that I still try to grapple with and understand, because I came from like the first half of my life. I like to break it up like that because, the first half I was lost and now I'm found. Jesus, rock and roll, baby. I love you, man. I was in sales, so I started out in the car business. Obviously in the automotive business or any kind of sales, you want everybody to love you, right? So if you didn't like me, I got depressed. I got really upset because your sales manager is going to let you know that you're a loser. So you build up this tough wall. After a while, it doesn't bother you because it's just part of the gig. But we live in a world now where social media is like the number one thing that almost determines everybody's self-value. There's only three kinds of depression. There's the fear of loss, there's the fear of less, and then there's the fear of never having it. And did you know the common denominator in all three of those? Fear. So what does our media prey upon? It preys upon our fear. That's how they get what they want. That's how they sell their product. So when I wasn't selling cars, or I wasn't selling enough cars, or I didn't get that one client, that one customer, didn't sell them, there's the fear of loss. Then there's the fear that I don't have as much as the next guy next to me, fear of less. And then the fear of never being the number one sales guy, the fear of never having it. So you have all three of those just bombarding you at the same time. Hey, and believe me, I'm not sitting here telling you that I haven't gone through these things, because I have. But see, I'm sitting here with the wisdom now, and it's hard to share wisdom with someone who doesn't want to hear it. So that's what I'm lit up about today. And so I'm hoping that maybe some of you guys all can chime in and let me know how you feel about depression, how you've handled it in the past, but you fight your way through it. So I've always learned how to fight my way through the depression. Some people need it. Being educated by my wife that there is an imbalance out there that people do go through, and they need that. My contention is having the right people around you, because if you're depressed, even if you're on medication and you don't have someone to talk to, someone to listen to you, someone to hang out with you, someone that helps you push yourself to be better, someone that wants to actually elevate you above through whatever you're going through, then you're just never going to get out of it. So that was the first half of my life where I wanted to please everybody. And if I couldn't please everybody, I was absolutely devastated, because I did everything I could to try and make them happy. And all I did was running around in a circle. Now in my second half of my life, I've adopted the attitude that there's 7.3 billion people out in this world, and I could care less whether or not you like me. I'll move on to the next guy that wants to be a part of my tribe. And I've been so much happier. It's okay. You don't have to be liked by everybody else. It's just a process. You just got to keep going with it, but you got to be out there. You got to be out there to meet people too, and not sit there in seclusion. So with both of those being said, I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on it. It's one of those things that I'm still learning. So I've learned an awful lot by being married to Stacy and understanding the depression. But it's one of those things that's like, hey, I'm still learning.